If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns quarterback situation this season has taken an unpredictable yet fascinating turn, unlike anything fans or analysts have seen in years. Instead of entering training camp with a clear-cut starter and established depth chart, Cleveland opted for a chaotic but intriguing mix of experience and youth. In the same draft class, the Browns selected the quarterbacks, the highly touted Shedeur Sanders from Colorado, and the versatile Dillon Gabriel out of Oregon. That in itself raised eyebrows, especially given that Deshaun Watson, still one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in the NFL, is already on the roster. But the drama didn't end there. Cleveland also brought in Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco and former Steelers first-round pick Kenny Pickett, further thickening the plot. From the outside, it might look like a quarterback madhouse, but within the walls of the Browns facility, something rare is unfolding, a brotherhood. And it's a story that both Myles Garrett and Joe Flacco are more than happy to tell. Myles Garrett, the Browns' defensive cornerstone and arguably their most respected locker room voice, put it best when he described the current quarterback room as anything but hostile. While many anticipated sparks and ego clashes between veterans and rookies, Garrett insists the reality couldn't be more different. "I've really seen that they help each other and they work together," Garrett explained during a press availability at training camp. "The guys are not afraid to make a mistake, go out there and try to make a play. They're not afraid to seek each other out and make each other better." For a team long marred by instability at quarterback, hearing this kind of unity is almost poetic. It's not about individual survival anymore, it's about collective progress. Garrett's words reflect a culture shift, a refreshing break from the NFL's often cutthroat environment, especially in rooms where jobs and millions of dollars are on the line. And that unity isn't just confined to the veterans mentoring the rookies, it flows in every direction. The chemistry, Garrett observed, is strongest between the two rookies, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. While many fans might expect these two to be jostling for attention and reps, they've taken a different route: mutual support, as Garrett noted. Whether that's the young guys talking to Joe or Joe talking to the young guys, there's a sense of camaraderie that permeates their interactions. These aren't players isolating themselves into camps or cliques. Instead, there's dialogue, learning, encouragement, and most importantly, humility. That's incredibly rare in a profession where most rookies are either trying to dethrone the veterans or simply survive the whirlwind of their first NFL offseason. For Sanders and Gabriel, it's not about who's getting the most reps. It's about who's getting better together. Veteran quarterback Joe Flacco, with over 15 years of NFL experience and a Super Bowl ring to his name, has also been quick to recognize something special brewing inside the Browns quarterback room. Asked about the team's dynamic, Flacco didn't hesitate to share his admiration for the rookies. "It's been a lot of fun. Those guys are good," he said. "They got a good head on their shoulders. There's football going around, stories going around. It really has been a lot of fun. This isn't just lip service from a grizzled vet." When someone with Flacco's resume singles out rookies for praise, it means they're doing something right. It's also telling that Flacco feels this energy isn't forced or political, it's organic. The football talk is real, the stories are genuine, and the fun, that's the magic sauce you can't manufacture in a locker room. It either happens or it doesn't. What Flacco finds most compelling, though, isn't just the rookies' personalities, it's how they learn. According to him, Sanders and Gabriel have both displayed a mature approach to the playbook and a fearless attitude in the film room. Just to hear the way they ask questions and the way questions get answered, you can kind of put yourself back in their shoes when you were a rookie, Flacco shared. That's high praise. It means these two aren't just showing up, they're showing initiative. They're not passively absorbing information, they're engaging, challenging, thinking like pros. For a player like Flacco, who's seen the full spectrum of quarterback talent come and go, that kind of curiosity and mental engagement stands out. It's a marker of potential greatness, not in highlight reels or arm strength, but in football IQ and coachability. The Browns may have drafted athletes, but what they found were students of the game. This positive feedback from locker room leaders couldn't have come at a better time for Browns fans, many of whom are still reeling from the disappointment surrounding Deshaun Watson. After an underwhelming and controversy-filled tenure thus far, Watson's future remains clouded in uncertainty. The franchise's decision to invest so heavily in him has left parts of the fanbase disillusioned, if not downright cynical. That's Why hearing such affirming words about Sanders and Gabriel matters? It's more than just training camp optimism, it's a signal that there's a new generation of quarterbacks who actually want to earn their stripes and do it the right way. These are guys not burdened by scandal or arrogance, but powered by a willingness to learn and lead, and in Cleveland, a city starved for quarterback stability. That matters. It matters a lot. Looking at the latest training camp reports, Dillon Gabriel appears to be emerging as the early standout as of now. He leads all Browns quarterbacks in total snap counts with 38. That's ahead of both Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco, who are tied at 34, and also ahead of Shedeur Sanders, who currently sits at 31. Gabriel hasn't yet received first-team reps, but his presence and command during team drills have not gone unnoticed. Whether it's footwork, timing, or decisiveness, the rookie from Oregon seems to be checking boxes early. This could be indicative of how the coaching staff views him, not just as a developmental piece, but as a legitimate contender in the long term. Quarterback puzzle, that's huge for a player drafted behind Sanders, who arrived in the NFL with a far larger spotlight and media buzz still. It's worth noting that Sanders isn't being counted out. While his reps have been more limited, there's a clear sense from within the organization that he's being brought along with patience and precision. No need to rush the process. After all, talent like Shedeur's doesn't fade, it just needs the right environment to bloom, and with mentors like Flacco, a supportive peer in Gabriel, and a defensive leader like Garrett openly rooting for his growth, that environment is starting to look very fertile. Sanders' ability to observe, absorb, and ask the right questions has impressed the coaching staff, and there's quiet confidence he could make a leap sooner than expected. Sometimes it's not about being first to the spotlight, it's about being ready when the lights finally hit. And Sanders seems to understand that better than most rookies. What's perhaps most remarkable about this entire Browns quarterback saga is the absence of toxicity. With 5 signal callers competing for snaps and reputations on the line, it would be easy for things to unravel. Yet what we're seeing in Cleveland is something rare: healthy competition rooted in respect and teamwork. Garrett emphasized this best when he noted the mutual effort to improve. Even in the face of such high stakes, no sulking, no undercutting, no behind-the-scenes drama, just players helping players. That culture doesn't happen by accident. It's a testament to leadership, coaching, and the character of the individuals involved. If the Browns end up solving their decades-long quarterback woes, this camp will likely be remembered as the moment it all began, not with a bang, but with handshakes, film study, and quiet conversations between hungry young men and the veterans, guiding them. As the Browns continue their training camp journey and preseason games inch closer, the quarterback room remains the most fascinating storyline in Cleveland, and rightly so. Few teams can say they have such a rich mix of experience, raw talent, and collaborative energy in one position group. With Flacco playing the wise elder, Pickett fighting for redemption, Watson still holding the starter's label, and rookies like Gabriel and Sanders soaking in every bit of wisdom they've assembled. Something unique, but beyond schemes and stat lines, the real story lies in the bonds being formed. It's about the high fives after a good rep, the nods of approval in film review, the advice exchanged in quiet corners of the locker room. It's about players lifting each other up in a league where so many are conditioned to pull each other down, and that, more than any throw or play, might just be what makes the Browns quarterback room the most promising in the NFL. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. The NFL world is buzzing with one of the most shocking and controversial rumors in recent memory. Lamar Jackson, the face of the Baltimore Ravens, might be making an unimaginable move to their fiercest rivals, the Cleveland Browns. Yes, you heard that right. Whispers are echoing through league circles, and some insiders claim the former MVP has been quietly negotiating a seismic deal that could turn the AFC North upside down. If this rumor holds any truth, it's not just a blockbuster, it's a betrayal that could redefine the definition of loyalty in professional football. The Browns, long stuck in the shadows of their division counterparts, could instantly become a Super Bowl caliber team, while the Ravens would face a nightmare scenario, losing their franchise player to a division foe. This isn't just about football. It's about pride, identity, and the unraveling of a bond fans believed was unbreakable. What makes this rumor even more explosive is the supposed way things have been handled behind the scenes. According to people close to the situation, Lamar has grown increasingly frustrated with the Ravens front office, Despite leading the team with passion and unmatched athleticism, Jackson reportedly feels he's been undervalued, both financially and in terms of influence within the organization. After last season's playoff exit, sources suggest there were heated conversations between LAMAR and team executives, conversations that may have cracked the foundation of their relationship. Now, if these leaks are to be believed, it's not just about money anymore, it's personal, and choosing the Browns, of all teams, could be Jackson's way of sending a message that says, if you won't appreciate me, I'll take my talents where I'm truly wanted, even if it means wearing the colors of your biggest enemy, of course. This rumor has sent shockwaves through the Ravens locker room. Veterans are reportedly stunned, and younger players feel betrayed. It's like your big brother just walked out on you, said one unnamed Ravens player to a local reporter. Team meetings have reportedly been tense, and the coaching staff is scrambling to keep the team united amid the swirling uncertainty. LAMAR's absence from recent unofficial team workouts has only fueled the fire. Fans are divided. Some refuse to believe he would ever make such a move, while others feel blindsided, hurt, even angry. If LAMAR truly crosses over to Cleveland, it's not just the end of an era, it's the start of a rivalry that goes beyond the field. This wouldn't be just a player changing teams. It would be a symbolic rupture, a turning point that would be remembered for generations. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, the mood couldn't be more different. Browns fans, after years of heartbreak, humiliation, and hopeless quarterback experiments, are suddenly dreaming big. Social media has been ablaze with fan-made edits of Lamar Jackson in a Browns jersey. Season ticket inquiries have reportedly spiked. And while the Browns organization remains silent publicly, insiders suggest they're absolutely thrilled at the prospect. They believe this is their LeBron moment, one NFL insider joked. A player of Jackson's caliber, joining forces with a roster already brimming with defensive stars and offensive playmakers, could change everything. It's not just about beating the Ravens, it's about rewriting Cleveland's football legacy. And if they manage to pull this off, the Browns could go from underdogs to contenders overnight. It's a storyline that almost feels too dramatic to be real, but the NFL, as we all know, never fails to surprise behind closed doors. There's also chatter about how this move could have been orchestrated. Some are pointing fingers at Lamar's inner circle, suggesting that Cleveland's front office may have made initial contact well before any public discussions. There are whispers of clandestine meetings, private jets landing in secret locations, and late-night phone calls that laid the groundwork for this potential bombshell. While none of this is confirmed, the silence from both franchises is only adding fuel to the fire. One prominent NFL agent even hinted that a deal of this magnitude doesn't come together overnight. It takes months of planning and very careful maneuvering. If true, it raises serious ethical questions. And you can bet the NFL would launch a full-scale investigation into potential tampering. But for now, everything remains in the realm of speculation. Still, the silence is deafening, and in today's NFL, silence usually means something big is happening behind the curtain. From a tactical standpoint, the move makes sense for both Lamar and the Browns. Cleveland has long lacked consistency at quarterback, and despite investing heavily in recent years, they've struggled to find a true leader under center. With Jackson, they wouldn't just be getting a quarterback, they'd be getting a culture changer. A former MVP who knows how to win and electrify crowds. For Lamar, it's an opportunity to reassert himself as the league's premier dual-threat quarterback, with a fresh start and possibly more control over the offense. And let's be honest, revenge is a powerful motivator. The thought of returning to Baltimore in a Browns jersey, torching the defense he once led, and silencing 70,000 shocked fans, that's the kind of drama that defines careers. Whether or not it happens, just the possibility is enough to send shivers down the spine of every Ravens supporter. The media response has been predictably chaotic. ESPN, Fox Sports, and NFL Network have all jumped on the story, with analysts offering conflicting opinions on its plausibility. Some argue that Lamar would never tarnish his legacy in Baltimore with such a move. Others point to the growing trend of player empowerment in the NFL, suggesting that stars are no longer afraid to chase opportunities even at the expense of tradition. Former players have weighed in. Some are calling it career suicide, while others are praising the rumored move as bold, game-changing, and a statement of self-worth. Sports radio has been flooded with calls from emotional fans, some pleading for Jackson to stay, others already turning their backs. No matter where you stand, one thing is clear: this story has transcended sports. It's become a cultural moment, a narrative about loyalty, ambition, and the ever-shifting power dynamics in professional football. And what about the Ravens' organization? If these rumors prove true, they'll be facing one of the most difficult rebuilds in recent history. Losing a player like Lamar Jackson is never just about X and O's, it's about losing your heartbeat. The front office would come under intense scrutiny. Why didn't they do more to keep him happy? Why didn't they lock him down with a deal that matched his value? Could this have been avoided? Fans will demand answers, and unless the Ravens have a miracle plan B waiting in the wings, the pressure could become overwhelming. In an off-season already filled with uncertainties, this rumor has the potential to derail everything. And if Jackson leads the Browns to victory over Baltimore, the humiliation could linger for years. This wouldn't just be a loss on the field, it would be a symbolic collapse of trust between the team and its supporters. But let's not forget, this is still a rumor. As of now, there's no official confirmation, no press release, no dramatic tweet from Lamar himself. For all we know, this could be a clever leak designed to force the Ravens into renegotiating, or even a media fabrication that's gotten wildly out of control. Still, the reactions, the speculation, the tension, it's all very real. And in today's NFL landscape, perception often matters just as much as reality. If the Browns are seriously pursuing Jackson, and if Lamar is genuinely entertaining the idea, then this could be the first domino in a chain reaction that reshapes the AFC North for the next decade. Whether or not the deal materializes, the damage may already be done. Trust has been broken. Questions have been raised, and now all eyes are on one man, one team, and one decision that could change everything. So what happens next? Will Lamar break the silence and put the rumors to rest? Will the Browns come forward and deny everything, or will they let the story ride and keep everyone guessing? The tension is only building, and as training camps kick into high gear, the clock is ticking. Every day without clarity brings more speculation, more drama, more division. One thing's for sure, this offseason just got a whole lot more interesting. Whether it ends in heartbreak, heroism, or something in between, the NFL world will be watching. And if Lamar Jackson really does suit up in that orange and brown, prepare for fireworks. Because in a league driven by storylines, this would be the biggest twist of them all, a franchise legend turned rival, a hero reborn as a villain, and a fanbase forced to confront the unthinkable. Stay tuned, this saga is just getting started. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!